Hi there, my name is Michelene Heine from Parallax Art Fair TV, where we bring you the latest news and information about London's most popular fair for artists and designers. If you're new here, click on the subscribe button, and you can also follow the link for more information about Parallax in the description box below. Ukrainian-born interior designer and now artist based in the Canary Islands, Olena Kosenko, talks to us about returning to Parallax Art Fair and also shares her 2 top tips for exhibiting with us. Welcome, Olena. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great.
So let me ask you, how did you first, or why did you first decide to enter the art industry?
Art industry was always something I was passionate and I wanted to do. It was, I would say, since I was little, it never crossed my mind to do anything except art or art-related subject. And in fact, I chose a career as interior designer, and I had my own company in Ukraine. And from there, when I moved to Australia, actually, and I used to live in Sydney for quite some time, I pursued the career of an artist, and that was my dream come true.
How did you get that chance, that break in the industry?
In art industry, you know, it's never too easy. It's never too easy. And when I came to Australia, I couldn't actually speak a word of English. So for me, a career of interior designer was a bit of, I would say, an impossible side, because, you know, you need to sell your idea. You know, you can see it as clear in your head as possible, but to deliver to the client, to be confident enough, it just was not on the list. So in Ukraine, I actually received a very traditional education, and not just interior designer, as an artist as well. And I got a master's degree in art and interior design. So when I came to Australia, I joined a few art societies and I did a few art shows. And I was noticed because you can tell the difference between traditional education or mature artists, which is nothing wrong with it, you know, but I guess my artwork stood out. And so I received a few awards and I exhibited with the galleries and I did a few art shows similar to this one, very similar. So that's how I got my first experience.
How do you find working at the college where you teach in Canary Islands? Do you think it influences your artwork in any way?
I don't want to sound bad, but yes, it does, because I have a bit less time to paint, just to be funny. It's the school based on Cambridge program, so I speak only English. Most of my students are expats from England, or from European Union, I should say. And the school interests, of course, because you interact with different people, you know, you talk to teachers, the atmosphere, the kids, you're surrounded by a different crowd, I should say. Yeah, the vibrancy is different, the dynamic is different. Plus I have 2 small kids now, so obviously everything changed for me, you know, my life is different.
You've returned now for the 3rd time to Parallax Art Fair. How do you feel the visitors have reacted to your artwork?
Look, I cannot complain. I always had very great feedback. A lot of people say, wow, that's nothing we've seen before, or your style is unique, which is the best compliment any artist could get, I guess, because being unique, that's what we all want, you know, in our profession, in our career path. That's what you want, you know, being different from anybody else. And I guess my style appeals to people because it's a bit graphic, you know, I like to draw. And I try to put as much drawing into my paintings as possible, or the skills or compositional approach, or any artist obsessions, we should say. You know, like for the moment, it's a golden ratio, golden mean. I like to put a little bit of mathematics into my art as well, because I guess I was always good with geometry because it's space, yeah. And I like to make my paintings as spacious and as calculated in a way. So they all tell different stories, but I like to deliver those stories in my own way.
How do you go about preparing for Parallax Art Fair?
Well, it's very calculated as well, because I've done it many times. Actually, especially for my trips to Parallax, we ordered a bag, and I already spoke to a few artists, and they're just saying, wow, that's exactly what we need, because taking luggage on a plane, traveling, so you're limited to the size of your suitcase. But we went out, I did confirm with the airline, and I prepared the bag maximum size possible for oversized luggage, which is very close to the bicycle suitcases, or where the things travel, or musical suitcases. But I made my own, so it can fit particular size paintings. Of course, it's a limitation. Not every artist likes to limit to a particular size, but if you commit yourself to exhibit at the shows like this, you have to sacrifice some things, and bigger paintings could be taken by couriers. But in that bag, I could actually fit paintings which are done, most of them done on canvas, and they fit one inside another. So it's like a little puzzle, like a little Russian doll, I should say. You open one and then you get another 3 inside, and that's how I travel. So I brought with me 15 paintings. 4 of them large size, and the rest just fit it in,
How do you find the atmosphere here at Parallax Art Fair?
As usual, very good, very good. So I have really good neighbors, artists from around the world, Spanish artists. Who else did I talk to? A few people from Yugoslavia, Ukrainian artists as well, on the same aisle as I am. So I wish them all the best, And the atmosphere is great, because we're all very supportive of each other. And on top of that, all the people coming through, they're very open-minded. You can say they're enjoying the show. They come here to see and spend some time talking to artists, so that there's no rush, So the atmosphere is very good.
What would you tell other exhibitors thinking of exhibiting here what to expect?
Well, as usual, you don't expect anything, and you expect a lot. So you expect to have a sellout show. You come with the most positive attitude you can imagine. You talk to everybody, and I always have great hopes. Even if you talk to people, you never know who you talk to. It could be the gallery representative. Yeah, that's what happened to me in the past. It could be people from the industry. Even talking to fellow artists, you always get some experience. You always get something to take on board. That's my expectations, just to have as much of positive energy, as much of the experience, and as many clients as I can get.
Would you say it's important as an artist to be here on the days of exhibiting?
There's no other way around. I'm afraid there's no options. It doesn't matter how tired you are. You just put the biggest smile and you talk to everybody. I know it's a very daunting task to explain the same thing over and over and over again. You have to do it 1,000 times. But you're here for 3 days. Just my advice, just focus. Have 3 days of your life. Pack up, hopefully nothing to pack up, get the bubble wrap, and go home with all the energy you get from here. And yeah.
And have you had many sales?
So far I've sold 2 large pieces to my regular customer, from which I invited. He lives here with his family, and they already have a number of my paintings, he's a collector. So I'm very happy. So it's always great to have people like that. I'm hoping to gain a few more clients. And with the feedback I received on the opening night, and obviously there are people who come here year after year just to see the show, see the new artists coming in.
Fantastic. And what top 2 tips would you give an exhibitor who is thinking of exhibiting here at Parallax Art Fair?
Plan it. And with the change of system, because we're using different system of hooks. Before it was a drill and, tools and leather. So now it's a little bit easier, a lot easier, I would say. But I miscounted the number of hooks. So buy a few more hooks, just in case if you need them, because I brought a few more paintings that I expected to bring. And that's it. Pack nicely. So because with the traveling, things get damaged. Plan it in advance. The correspondence with organizers is great. Don't be afraid to ask questions. because every time I needed something, you get feedback pretty much right away, or the day after. There's no issues at all with that part of the show. Packing, planning, timing, booking things in advance, and positive attitude.
Which you have lots of, obviously.
I'm sleeping all night.
I'm Michelene Heine from Parallax Art Fair TV. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and tick the like button if you enjoyed the video. Leave us a comment. And for more information about Parallax Art Fair, look at the description box below. Until next time, thank you for watching.